What is going on, guys? New stuff for Legion previewed today. The long-awaited counterpart, I guess, to Han and his guys. It looks like we're getting Boba Fett and Scout Troopers. This is exciting, and we have a lot to talk about these. But look at these sculpts. It looks like Boba Fett's flying, so that's really cool. And we've got our Scout Troopers here. Finally off of the bikes, so that is also very cool. It's kind of cool because we never got something like this in Imperial Assault, really. I mean, we got like the one guy had his helmet off, but they were always like holding something else. So it's nice to see just Scout Troopers standing on their own. So very cool. It's going to be fun trying to paint. I always have a hard time trying to paint the visor in there and getting the white around it and getting it just right. So they're tricky for painting. But let's take a look at our Scout Troopers unit expansion. So very, very cool. We've got all our different scouts. We got 7 miniatures in here. So that's cool. I'm curious why it's showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know. That's interesting because it looks like they don't have the personnel, and they only mentioned there's some kind of extra mini too. So look what we've got. We've got some new upgrade cards. It looks like we've got one called Duck and Cover. Let's see if we can zoom in on that. Can we zoom in on Duck and Cover? There we go. While defending against a ranged attack during the apply, dodge, and cover stuff. Oh, we already have this one, don't we? You may gain a suppression token. So, so this can allow you to gain a suppression token, and that's can increase your cover. So that's good. Oh, we've got HQ something during the I can't. Not enough to read there. And then Sonic Charge. They talk about this in the article. That basically it's somebody that it's letting you kind of set some mines. So so that's cool. We can look at their card here. We've got this looks like they're the Sonic Charges, and I'm guessing that's this guy right here in the middle. He's got his little satchel full of charges, so he looks cool. Either that or he's in a sling. So I guess it's gonna be all kinds of. It could be like broken arm Scout Trooper. You've got your little sniper guy here. He looks pretty nice. He's crouching too, liking this guy. You got your binocular guy, and you've got 4 Scout Troopers over there. Very, very cool looking. All right. So the Scout Trooper themselves, they have 4 minis in the unit. They are special forces. So our first special forces for the Empire. That's huge. We've got 1 health. We've got 2 courage, so they're a little more brave than your regular Imperial Stormtroopers. That's good. They do not have the offensive surge, however, that Stormtroopers have, but instead they have the defensive surge. So defensive surge is nice. But to make up for that, it looks like they're getting 2 black dice for their holdout blaster. So 2 black dice is pretty nice. 2 black dice is, now it's only range 1 to 2, so you won't be able to get quite as close. But still 2 black dice per mini is a lot, because if you're fully loaded, it looks like you can put up to 5 guys in here. So you could be rolling 10 black dice, which is, you don't even really need the offensive surge. You can roll a lot of hits that way. And then on arms, they have the regular one. They have their heavy weapons. This is a new upgrade with the chevrons or the rank on there. It's got your comm, your equipment, and your grenades. I don't know if I'd want to put grenades on guys that can roll 2 black dice at range 1, though. I don't know, unless you just wanted to split fire. I can't see putting grenades on people with a weapon that good. Let's see what else we have. We have low profile when defending. You can increase, if you have light cover, you can increase your cover by 1, which is nice with duck and cover, because then you can take that suppression, that low, from duck and cover, and turn that into heavy cover. So that's cool. So you could basically always have heavy. You could just stand out in the open and be like, "Are you shooting me?" Well, I have heavy cover. You have to be suppressed, or you have to take a suppression, which, I mean, you have a courage of 2, so it's a built-in defensive mechanic combined with the defensive surge, but a white die. So you don't want to necessarily do that too much. We've got Scout 1, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that. And then the Scout 1 was already teased, but that's basically after you deploy, you can do a speed 1 move. And then Sharpshooter, it looks like while performing a ranged attack, reduce the defender's cover by 1. So that's nice. So against Scouts versus Scouts, you wouldn't really have heavy cover because you're reducing their cover by 1. You've got all your tokens, it looks like. And they talk about how there's two different, the article talks about how there's two different types of ways that you can configure. And maybe that's why you're getting more minis, because from the look of it, you can only put 5, and they're giving you 7 minis. But if you have 2 different unit cards and you're getting 2, this is going to be a heck of a value. So maybe it's for different ways that you can configure these guys. I like that, because you're actually getting like 2 units in one box here. That's pretty cool. With the 2 tokens as well. And so you have the other card here beneath it. We can't really see the stats on the other card, so that's interesting. But they're going to do more previews, so that is cool. Let's go ahead and size this back up there, and let's see what else we have next. So this is kind of how to give you kind of an illustration of how Scout would work. You deploy right here, and then you're going to go ahead and move them up. So this is great for objectives, especially when you have to capture and hold or get to an objective first before your opponent. You can rush right in, and you can be that much closer. So that is cool. And since it's a numeric. Since Scout is a numeric, there's, they teased in the terrain pack that there's going to be a new deployment that gives everybody Scout 1. So Scout 1 should stack with Scout 1 and effectively be maybe Scout 2, so you could do your 2-speed maneuver. So that's the way that should look. And we get Boba Fett. So let's take a look at this dude. Boba Fett is going to be the first operative, which is going to be cool. I think they called him, was it operative or, agent? What did they want to call him? They say it right here, but so and he's got a whole new token, and you can have 2 operatives in your list. So that's cool. Let's see. We're going to let's zoom in a little bit on Boba here. He has command cards, but he can't issue commands because he's not a commander. So he can only use these to issue them to himself, which is interesting. And if you'll see right here, it's just Boba Fett. But let's start with this ZX Flame Projector. During Boba Fett's activation, he gains the following weapon, and it's the ZX Flame Projector. It doesn't name it down there, but it's named on the card, I suppose. And it's got Blast and Spray, so this is gonna just melt any troopers he comes up against. So that's cool. It'll ignore cover. And it can be used in melee, so you can even be touching and still use this. So if somebody tries to, you don't want to try and do a melee against Boba Fett, because he can just play this and just melt your entire unit. That's very cool. He's got a card called Hunter here. While attacking a wounded trooper unit during the roll attack dice step, you may gain 1 aim token. So that's cool. That's kind of expensive. That's not bad. So you can gain an aim token anytime you're attacking somebody, as long as they're wounded. So if somebody is missing a miniature or a vehicle's got a wound on it, not bad. And then we got some other card here, Emergent something. During we're not going to be able to read all of that. All right. So let's look at Boba's card, because this is the cool thing. First off, he's got 2 of the new upgrades. And it looks like he comes with 2. So he's going to get a couple of cards. We can't see them all. So we got Hunter. But when we can always go back and, we'd probably be able to put like Duck and Cover as well. All right. So Boba's got Jump 2. So Luke has Jump 1. So this means, and this makes sense. He's got a jetpack, so he should be able to go pretty high. Jump 2 is going to be really cool because he can jump higher than Luke. And so now you've got, now all of your terrain that's really big, you're going to have a lot of fun with. He has Arsenal 2, but he comes with 2 actual weapons, so it's nice that you don't have to, you don't have to put any hard points. He doesn't have hard points anyway, so that's cool. But like your command cards, even if you don't play one of his command cards, he can still make use of Arsenal 2, since he's got, 3 different weapons on him, which is very cool. I like the diversity that this guy has. He's got all kinds of stuff. He can have 4 different weapons in a turn, so too bad there's no way to give him Arsenal 4. He'd be completely insane at that point. And then he's got this thing called Bounty. If we zoom in, we can kind of get a look at it. After setup, place a victory token on an enemy commander or operative. If you defeat a unit with a victory token, move that token to you. At the end of the game, if you have a victory token, gain that token. So this is interesting. So and what a victory token is all the objectives give you victory tokens. So that's how you win the game. So he's letting you put, let's say Luke Skywalker. You put a bounty on Luke Skywalker. If you defeat Luke Skywalker, you get that token. So now it goes on you. Which means if there's another, like if you're playing a mirror match, if you're playing like Boba Fett versus Boba Fett and Vader, like I put a bounty on Vader, I kill Vader, I get it, but then Boba Fett kills me, and he put a bounty on me, he gets both of them. So that's interesting. So just because somebody, Boba Fett kills somebody and gets a bounty, you could potentially kill them, and well, I mean, I don't know how I wonder how. So my question is, how would this work if the token's on Boba, he claims it, but then somebody kills Boba Fett? If you have a victory token at the end of the game. Okay, so he has to survive. The answer is right there. I just got to read the whole thing. So if he has to survive until the end of the game, and then you gain that token. So that's pretty cool. So you definitely, if Boba Fett kills one of your commanders that has a bounty token, you need to try to kill him, because that could be the tiebreaker. Because a lot of these objectives are very, very close. He also has Impervious. Impervious. While defending, if the attack pool has Pierce, you can roll X additional defense dice. And so that's, you're only rolling defense dice based on how many hits are coming in. So Pierce is one of those things. If I have Pierce 2 and I roll 2 hits, there's like no point in you rolling. Well, now there is for Boba, because he could roll more dice. And then Sharpshooter 2, we can look back to these guys. Reduce cover by 1 for Sharpshooter 1. So with Sharpshooter 2, it's going to be reduced cover by 2. So anybody he's shooting has no cover. Anyway, which is interesting, because then it makes me wonder, why does the ZX Flame projector have blast if Boba Fett ignores cover anyway? Let me know what you think about that in the comments below. I wonder why he has Sharpshooter 2, or why this needed to have blast. I mean, I wonder if that's, I don't know. That's kind of weird. Or maybe I'm just missing something. I didn't get much sleep last night, so I could totally be missing something right here. But then he's got a range 1 to 3 weapon, rolling 2 black dice, a range 1 to 2 weapon, rolling 2 black dice. And while his weapons aren't super strong, consider for like 140 point unit, they're not that strong. He does have Surge to Crit, so he can actually get some damage in on vehicles and impact. And he's got Arsenal too, so he could roll 4 black, which is not bad. 4 black is not bad for any unit, especially with Surge to Crit and all these keywords. If he decides to double them up on the same unit, that's nice. He's got the great surges, Surge to Crit, and then defensive surge. He's got 5 health, 3 courage, so he's not running away. Although his courage, since he's not a commander, he won't be able to be lending his courage to other people. But he has also the red, the red defense die. So this guy, I think this is the most defensive unit in the game, even more so than Vader, because he's got a red die, he's got the defensive surge all the time, and impervious. I guess Vader being immune to Pierce might be a little better. I guess, yeah, I think being immune to Pierce is better than... Okay, so... But Vader doesn't have that defensive surge naturally. He has to spend a dodge token first. So Boba Fett's got some... He's definitely heavy armored. Very, very nice. Let's see what else we've got here. And we've got one of his command cards. Let's zoom out a little bit. There we go. All right, so Whipcord Launcher. This is his 1 pip. Boba Fett can perform moves while engaged with a unit that has 1 or more immobilized tokens. During Boba Fett's activation, he gains the free action. This is a free action symbol. Choose an enemy trooper at range 1, and in line of sight, it gains 2 immobilized tokens and 2 suppression tokens. So this isn't really a weapon, because it's not going to consume one of his arsenal things. This is just a free action. So think of it as maybe a device, I guess. I mean, in gameplay mechanics, it looks like it's just a free action, so that's cool. but yeah, so immobilized tokens, it looks like they just allow Boba to move away from them. That's kind of interesting. We'll have to see if there's anything, anything more to it than that. Do they let other people move away from them? That's the and I wonder if that's what these new red tokens are down there. So very interesting stuff. And here they're showing us also an example of Luke, or I think this is Luke with Pierce 2 shooting Boba. Oh, he rolls 2 dice. Well, okay, that would normally have been 2 damage guaranteed, but since I rolled 2 extra dice as Boba, I can actually I still block some of that damage. So impervious is a nice keyword. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. Definitely excited about this. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. It's going to be, I can't wait to see some more of these articles. A lot of Legion news. A lot of Legion news lately. So definitely ready for some more news for some other games too. But this is very good. I definitely dig that he's flying in this pose too. That's very, very cool. It's nice. And it's a good looking Boba Fett paint job too. Very excited. Let me know what you guys think. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you liked the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Check out Crabbok.com. Don't forget to check out my Discord as well. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Click the little bell down there for alerts so you don't miss out when I have new giveaways. And it's as simple as that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.